Hi there. We're continuing to think about an authentic Christian life, and today, following on from our attitudes to work, we're thinking about our attitudes to money. Howard Hughes at one stage in his life, was the world's richest man, and somebody said to him, "How much money do you need to be happy?" His answer was, "Just a little bit more." Somebody asked how much money Howard Hughes left when he died, and the answer was, all of it. Money can't make you happy, but the saying is, but at least it helps you be miserable in comfort. Well, we're going to think about some principles about money. And the first principle that the Bible teaches is don't worry about money. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus told people not to worry. And Jesus could have mentioned a lot of other evils, but he told us not to worry. And he actually zeroed in on not worrying about money. You can read that in Matthew 6, verses 25 to 34. We're being told that we'll face all sorts of economic difficulties at the moment, that the economy will struggle, that some of us may be retrenched. But the Bible's command is that we shouldn't worry. It says pagans worry about these sorts of things, but we shouldn't worry. We should trust God. The second principle is to set right priorities. Matthew 6:33 says, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." Whatever is uppermost in our minds will consume most of our energy and most of our time. If we're honest, we will have to admit on that basis that money at times has become a priority even over God and his kingdom. But if the Lord is to have his rightful place in our hearts, we should be unimpressed with money. If we have it or if we don't have it, our eyes still should be on the Lord, not on our bank balance. Habakkuk writes these amazing words in chapter 3. "Though the fig tree doesn't blossom, and there are no grapes on the vines, though the olive crop fails and the fields produce no food, though there are no sheep in the pen and no cattle in the stalls, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be joyful in God my Saviour." Here is a person who faces not just poverty, but economic ruin, and yet they're happy because their relationship with God is the priority of their life. The third principle is maintain control over your finances. That it means keeping some records. Proverbs 27 verse 23 says, "Be sure you know the condition of your flocks, give careful attention to your herds." This verse is saying that we need to know our business interests well. We say, "I don't know where my money goes." But if we don't know where our money goes, it's clear that we don't have control over it. And so we need to know four things. We need to know what we own. We need to know what we owe. We need to know what we earn. And we need to know where our money goes. This knowledge and control is particularly important in this age where we have easy access to credit through credit cards. There are many people in Australia who've got themselves into real financial difficulties through overuse of credit cards. They do not keep records, and so consequently they don't have control of their finances. Back in the 80s, Alan Bond was a famous Australian who borrowed hundreds of millions of dollars and created this massive empire, but when financial circumstances changed, his whole financial empire crashed. You know, you should know what it would take to make you crash financially. And the truth is that for a lot of us, that's actually less than what our credit card limit is. Proverbs 27 verse 7 says, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is servant of the lender." We need to make sure that we don't have excessive debt that will make somebody rule over us. And we can't know that unless we keep good records. We'll talk about this more tomorrow. Bye for now.